So there's something I want to talk to you about here, which is you mentioned how social media really is all three, right? Aggression, morality, competence, all of those. Do we consciously choose the status games that we want to play? And if so, what is it based on?
That's an excellent question. So your question precisely was, do we choose the games we want to play? And that word want is really important because that dictates the kind of games we'll end up playing. And it also dictates how good we're going to be at those games, how high we're going to climb. Like it's really important that we play games that we want to play, that we feel drawn to and we feel we're going to be good at. And a lot of that is down to our genes, our preferences are heavily kind of based in our particular genome, and that's the kind of accident of birth, So, like for me, I'm never going to be. Well, when I was young, I wanted to be a pop star. That's my first ambition. When I was, 12 and 13, I tried to play guitar.
Nice.
I tried to play the guitar, and I had no talent whatsoever. I was terrible. I couldn't sing. I couldn't play. When I was 12, I worked out how to play Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison, and it remains at the age of 47 the only song I could play the guitar.
Yes.
It's terrible. It's embarrassing. So what I ended up doing is I lived in a town where there was a local venue and there was loads of cool local bands. There were the cool kids, and so I ended up writing about them. I started up a local magazine because I couldn't be a musician, writing about the musicians, and that's how I ended up being a writer. I figured that ended up being something that I could do, and so that's genetic. I have no control over the fact my parents were musicians, so but for some reason I was terrible, awful. So that's a lot of it is out of our control, and I think one of the secrets, especially if you've got kids, is finding out what you and what your children enjoy doing and are quite good at, and don't worry about the money so much, especially when you're really young. Go for what you're quite good at and that you enjoy doing. Go for that thing that when you start doing it, you forget what the time is and suddenly you've missed your dinner. Those are the games which you should be playing. But of course, there is choice too. Like I've chosen to volunteer for a charity because I in a kind of rational way have realised that there's a big chunk of my life missing, and that's the selfless part,
right?
The part that's good, and I think that becomes more important as you get older. I think probably.
Right.
So of course you have, you have, especially in the West, if you've got, if you're relatively well off in the West, we have sport for choice. We can do hobbies, but the wanting is really important. You've got to want it, because if you don't want it, you're never going to be good at it. You're never going to earn status within that game.
Right.